Well, hundreds of thousands of Canadians are still waiting for their Nexus cards as officers deal with a backlog of applications. And joining us live with more on what people need to know before crossing the border is Carlo Cortina, Branch Chief, Office of Field Operations at U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Carlo, good afternoon. Thank you for taking time to speak with us. So first off, what is the situation looking like right now?
Thank you for having me, sir. So right now, obviously the COVID-19 pandemic has affected us all, and it had a significant impact on U.S. Customs and Border Protection's ability to process new and renewal global entry, Nexus, and other trusted traveler applications. CBP temporarily suspended operations at its trusted traveler processing and enrollment centers to comply with CDC's health and safety protocols. Since reopening, our enrollment centers have been temporarily operating under reduced capacity. Moreover, CBP's TTP, Trusted Traveler Programs, that is Global Entry, Sentry, Nexus, and FAST, are currently experiencing unprecedented increased numbers of application submissions. For example, let me just give you an example from last year, or just a month ago. July of 2022, CBP received an average of 11,500 new and renewal applicants every single day. These events have created an extensive processing and interview backlog that CBP continues to diligently work hard to reduce.
Okay, so Carlo, along those lines, for people whose their Nexus cards have expired, are they still able to continue to use that that benefit while traveling, or is it just gone?
So So there's a grace period, right? You have to apply before you've expired, before your application in the program has expired. So the current situation is for Nexus enrollment centers located in Canada, they remain closed. However, Nexus members residing in Canada are still able to travel to the U.S. to complete the requisite joint CBP and CBSA interviews. The Nexus enrollment centers in the U.S. reopened in April of 2022. The time frame for conditionally approved applicants to complete the joint interview has been extended from 2 years to 5 years. Understanding that the centers in Canada remain closed, that we've pushed that out to 5 years to allow those to travel and complete those in the U.S. or allow those centers to open in the future. So membership benefits for all approved Nexus members who submit a renewal application prior to their membership expiration date have also been extended for up to 5 years. As such, existing Nexus members will maintain their program benefits through their interview date. So all you have to do is apply to renew before your expiration date, and it'll be pushed out for 5 years.
Okay, so Carlo, for those travelers who are just starting the application process, or they started it just before the pandemic hit, and those applications have, either timed out, are they going to lose their money? Will they be able to, resubmit their applications? And then again, for those new ones, will they be able to schedule those interviews at offices in the U.S. in order to maybe try to get ahead of the backlog?
Understood, and that's a great question. So we currently have 12 land border locations that persons in Canada can use. So again, going back to your first question, if you applied prior to the pandemic and you had a conditional approval and you haven't been able to schedule an interview, you should be able to go into the website, to the TTP website, and verify that your conditional approval has been extended. Like I mentioned, those provisions have gone from 2 to 5 years until your application should not have expired. If so, you can go to the TTP website and you can email us there and someone will get back to you.
Okay, and Carlo, regarding the Canadian offices and Canadian officials, have you received any type of estimated timeline here?
At the present time, we don't have a timeline as to when those enrollment centers will open. But like I mentioned before, any persons in Canada that are members or are renewing theirs are able to travel into the U.S. and use any of the joint CBP or CBSA application and enrollment centers, either at the land border locations or where CBP and CBSA have those joint locations in the U.S. at the present time.
And Carlo, I guess without that timeline, that's going to be the only option right now. Carlo Cortina, Branch Chief, Office of Field Operations at U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Thank you very much for this update.
Thank you, sir.